Good morning. It's like 5:23 a.m. And this is sadly the last of my $19 Amtrak journeys. Today, I'm going to a place that, again, I don't have a mask for. Norfolk, Virginia. Today's actually pretty special because I'll be taking the train down to Norfolk. And to get back, at least for part of the way, I'll be taking the first Greyhound in the pandemic. The last one I took was that Miami one. So I am intrigued, I'm excited, I'm nervous. Luckily I'm fully vaccinated, so no matter what shenanigans they have cooked up, I should be able to handle it. But it's Greyhound, so you really never know. But first, we gotta take the train down. As usual, I made bad life choices and didn't get enough sleep last night. So, I'm gonna sleep for a while on this train. Oh, I can kind of see it. Beacon of light, beacon of hope. We left Philly about 25-ish minutes late. One thing I've noticed from riding Amtrak a lot the past few weeks is just like, trains will just sort of get late. They don't really tell you why. It's just sort of, you're just like late by 20 or 30 minutes. It's like, okay. Wilmington. I will be back here in about 14 hours if everything goes to plan. I did get a notification saying that the train is approximately 25 minutes late due to earlier speed restrictions, signal issues, and rail congestion along the route. I don't know why the app can tell us that, but the conductors can't. That would be kind of nice. But I guess, you know, communication in some form. Not bad. Okay, so my Greyhound started at Myrtle Beach a few hours ago. It looks like it's on time right now, so stay that way. DC. I don't know how late we are. Let me look. About 20 minutes late. We are changing the engine to a diesel one right now, and we'll be heading south from there. So past around Alexandria will be uncharted territory for me. Alright, we're off. We made up a lot of time there. We're now just 8 minutes late. We're stuck on the bridge over the Potomac, but the conductors have been very communicative. I guess we each have a red signal, and stuff is ahead of us. So the metro is making it over okay. Yeah, so it seems like there's a switch problem, and we're just stuck here until that's fixed. So not much we can do. But I really appreciate the communication. Rail fans. Alright, Alexandria, we're 42 minutes late. Although for what it's worth, the Greyhound is 21 minutes late so far, so it's keeping up with us. Went with the classic. One of these days I'll probably have to try the cheeseburger, but I guess today was not that day. So we just passed Franconia Springfield, which means that I'm officially in uncharted territory. Not much to it right now, is there? Alright, we've arrived at Fredericksburg exactly an hour late. This is the thing I don't get. It seems like we're slowly slipping more and more behind schedule. once again, the communication on this train has been on point. They just made an announcement saying, oh, we're an hour late, there are speed restrictions due to the heat. An hour and 15 minutes late. We keep going up, baby. Woo. Ashland seems nice. Okay, we are at Richmond, Virginia. But this is not actually Richmond. It's Richmond Staples Mill Road. It's approximately 1.38 million miles away from Richmond, and it's just a pretty terrible station. But we are an hour and 9 minutes late, so we've improved. Petersburg, which has a very ugly building. I don't know about the station building or not, but yeah, we're off an hour and 14 minutes late. So Norfolk's the next stop. It's about an hour and 40 minutes away. Like by far the longest distance between stops on the line. So I guess we can sit back and relax and just wonder how much later we're gonna get. Okay, so we're crawling through Suffolk right now. Look at this, like a really proper town. It's like pretty big. I think it has like tens of thousands of people. I don't know exactly how many. Might be a good place for a stop, maybe. Especially when there's like an hour and a half gap between stops. Could be a good idea. It goes right downtown. Could be nice, maybe. Maybe. It's really beautiful right now. We're about to enter the sprawl suburban scape of the Hampton Roads area, so I'm enjoying the woods while they last. Okay, great train in the way, but I'm enjoying the woods while they last. We're so close to Norfolk. And we're stopped. We are so close. Well, there's a freight train going by, so hopefully this is the one that was blocking our progress. Thank you. Official disembarkation time, 8:21. An hour and 17 minutes late, and 14 hours and 11 minutes on the train, which I believe, despite my Roanoke trip last week, I believe this actually beats the record for the longest amount of time I've spent on an Amtrak train in terms of time. That's a weird train, I have to say. It's very weird that they run separate services to Norfolk and to Newport News, and the ones that don't serve the other will run a bus that connects the train to the other one. So there's a bus there, it's gonna be going to Newport News and Virginia Beach. So yeah, it's a weird service. It doesn't serve any unique stations besides this one, which is convenient, but Newport News trains run a bus to here anyway, so it's kind of odd, I don't know. It's a really nice station, actually. I'll bet this is better than the Newport News one. Norfolk's bathroom is pretty nice. Wait, on weekends it's not open in the morning? Why would they have an afternoon shift but not a morning shift? Wouldn't you want the station to be open for when people are getting on the train? Maybe? I think? So I really wanted to schedule this where I could do the train to Norfolk, go to Newport News, and then get the Newport News train back, but I haven't done that either. But there was no way that it would work out. So I racked my brain. What else is there in Norfolk that I could take to get back home? The answer is my long lost pal, Greyhound. I actually always wanted to take this trip, so I'm kind of excited. It's an overnight Greyhound that runs up the Del Mar Peninsula through Delaware, and it looks really scenic, which is why it's sad that it's at night, but that's okay. I'm gonna be taking that to Wilmington. It goes all the way to New York, but it's a $25 ticket to Wilmington and a $71 ticket to New York, so that was kind of a no-brainer. By the way, I had a voucher from a canceled Greyhound trip that I was attempting to make during the pandemic, but ultimately I didn't do it for COVID reasons. And so I got to use the voucher to book this trip. But you can only book voucher trips on the phone by calling them. That was a time.
So, where are you leaving from? Tell me the city and state. Or, if you're traveling in the United States, please enter the zip code.
Norfolk, Virginia.
You said Norfolk, Virginia. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you headed? You can tell me the city and state. Or, if you're traveling in the United
Wilmington, Delaware.
You said North Andover. Is that right?
No. Wilmington, Delaware.
You said Sharon Center, Ohio. Is that right?
No. Wilmington, Delaware.
You said Wilmington, Ohio.
Damn it.
Is that right?
No.
Sorry about this, but I can't seem to get the right
Swear
information to help you out.
to God.
You can say agent, or you can
Agent! Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, the weirdest part about that is that he said there'd be a $20 booking fee, so the whole thing would be $45. But then when I had a voucher that covered the entire cost of the ticket, somehow that just negates the booking fee, and it's just a free ticket now. So I will never understand how anything at Greyhound works, but I guess in this case it worked in my favor. So
So in the time being, I'm gonna take everyone's favorite light rail line, the Tide, the least used light rail service in the country. I'll be taking this into downtown and hopefully getting dinner. For $19, I got to a place with palm trees, apparently. Also, the Tide just does not seem to be running on any kind of schedule right now. It seems like, I mean, because I just missed a train that was going that way when I was walking from the station here. They're very close, which is nice, but that didn't seem to be conforming to any type of schedule. There was a train going the other way, it didn't conform to any type of schedule, so it's every 15 minutes. I guess the most I'll have to wait is 15 minutes, right? Well, I literally have the train to myself. The Tide wins a light rail participation trophy, I think. Good job, Tide. Good job. You tried. You tried.
For your safety and the safety of others, face coverings are required to be worn over the mouth and nose while using HRT services. Thank you for your cooperation.
I mean, social distancing on this train is pretty good. Well, that was a lovely private train ride. I ended up settling on the California burrito. This place seems really nice. Yeah, that was a great dinner. And now I'm gonna walk to the Greyhound station. I'm kind of lucky that the bus is late, because if it was on time, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be making it. But it's I think about 35 minutes late right now. Norfolk used to have a real Greyhound station. It wasn't great. I'll put a picture up because I was there last time I was here. But they've since sold it, and it's now a gas station. They literally don't have a stop anymore. They just kind of pull up to the curb at a gas station. Which also means this will be my first time getting on a Greyhound bus that had an E-stop, which is what they call those like kind of lame, crappy curb stations. So, wish me luck. Here's the old Greyhound station, actually. I think it might be a vaccination site or a testing site now. Oh, well, you know, and that's putting it to good use, I guess. This is just a bizarre intersection. Like,
I mean, are they trying to like make it a roundabout with this thing? Clearly not, because there are lights and it's a four-way intersection, but just waiting for that light to change, which it just won't do. Yeah, you deserve to be out of focus. Hey! Well, here's the Greyhound station. I really feel like a valued customer here. There's a Hampton Roads Transit sign, and there's a no stopping sign, but there's no bus stop sign. All right. It's about 40 minutes late, but first post-pandemic Greyhound, well, during the pandemic Greyhound, I'm excited. This station's so awful. Look how many people are waiting.
Combo. Right here. Franco. Franco. You know Franco? Huh?
Driver's phone died, so we're doing roll call.
Virginia flight.
So Greyhound.
Taylor.
Yep.
Lost. Times 2.
This is insane. The bus is pretty busy. Maybe like 60 to 70% full. Mass compliance ranges from below the nose to nothing at all. I'm glad I waited to get vaccinated before setting foot on Greyhound again, I have to say. The driver said we're taking 664 to get up to Hampton, which means that we might actually end up taking all 3 bridge tunnels in the Hampton Road area today. I appreciate the effort of Greyhound, but I don't think that's going to work. Bridge tunnel number 1. Here's the bridge. And here's the tunnel. And here's the bridge again. We've arrived at Hampton, which actually does have a real Greyhound bus station, luckily. And the driver said we'd be here for 20 to 25 minutes. It's 11:04 now. We'll see if they stick to it, because I don't know.
If you smoke on this bus, you're gonna delay the schedule, and I'm gonna kick you off.
11:38, heading out. That means that we stopped here for 34 minutes, so definitely longer, but honestly, we were scheduled to get to Wilmington at 4:50 a.m., so the later we get, the more normal the arrival time into Wilmington is. Here's tunnel number 2, here's the bridge, here's the tunnel, and here's the bridge. Bridge tunnel number 3, this is the really long one, so here's the bridge, and here's the tunnel, and here's the bridge, and here's the tunnel, and here's the last bridge. That's all 3 bridge tunnels. Legitimately, like 25-minute drive to over that whole thing. Don't know what's happening. Driver's just talking to someone. It's like being reunited with an old friend. I miss that chaotic Greyhound energy. It's interesting, the bus has a route number, 388, New York local via Hampton, Virginia. Anyway, we're at a Royal Farms rest stop. It's 3 a.m. and we're here for 15 minutes. Water filled, goldfish acquired. Let's do it. So we're leaving at 3:20, putting us at only about 15 minutes late, so we're making the time back. A ton of people getting on here in Dover. The bus is bordering on like possibly 100% capacity. Alright, that was quite the ride.
I think as it's leaving Wilmington now, a lot of people got on there, so I think it honestly might be at 100% seating capacity. So they really pack them in on Greyhound. But you know, I didn't get any sleep. Like I got some, but you know, you fall asleep for half an hour and then get woken up by another stop. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I've been taking Amtrak so much recently, but the seats on Greyhound are a lot less comfortable than I remember them being. I used to be able to sleep really easily on them, but I don't know, it was extra uncomfortable today. So I still have an Independence Pass from that day in Philly when my key card didn't work. So I figured now might be a good time to use it. Go to Philly, arrive at a more normal time, get breakfast, come back here on another SEPTA train, and then get my Amtrak train back. Oh, this is just another example of me doing silly things. But, you know, this also gives me a place to sleep for a bit, you know? I'm sorry, 10 a.m. Ugh. And so I found myself deliriously looking for a place to eat or get breakfast before my train back to Wilmington leaves in half an hour. Love this city. Alright, it's sadly un-Philly, but I got Starbucks for breakfast and I got a chicken salad sandwich at Au Bon Pain for lunch. Just so I don't have to have DiGiorno's again. The scheduled 7:30 local to Newark. Next to arrive on track 4, section A. Had to get this seat. So after having taken 4 Amtrak journeys for $19 each, I think it's a really good service. I mean, there's no getting around it. Like they do a great job. I'm a little disappointed that they're going to be getting more expensive as we kind of get out of the pandemic and people travel more. I mean, the trains I was on were getting busy, so it seems like the prices are going to probably rise up again and reflect that. There are definitely delays. I feel like at least half of my trips were delayed in some way, but as long as the communication is good, and it seems like it often is, for like longer delays at least, and you know, I'm okay with it. I mean, stuff happens. It's trains. But yeah, so I don't know, get out there and ride Amtrak if you want. It's a good service. And I'm definitely going to be doing more on it in the coming time units. Also Greyhound. Yeah, it exists.